Good morning. How are you? I have my coffee. I have Javalia Colombian roast medium and with French vanilla creamer. Yep, it tastes good. There's my coffee. Um, Please subscribe to my channel down below and give it a like too. I really need followers. I only have 154 followers. I need 1,000 followers. So please, if you can, subscribe, like it, comment. I would love to hear your feedback. I'm working on my shirt. I have some material I'll show you. I got from Hobby Lobby. You see that? I got this material from Hobby Lobby, and I am going to make that pattern I cut out the other day. Okay, I don't know how this will turn out. I haven't done it before, but I'm going to today, and yeah, I'm going to make my shirt. I don't know if it'll turn out. I can never guarantee if it'll turn out, but I can try. And you know what? If I mess up this material, it's just material. You know, I know some of you are afraid to sew, and some are not. A lot of the women that come here to the community center sew quilts and stuff like household things, quilts. They make pot holders, they make purses, little pouches, and not many sew clothes. Well, I'm trying to make clothes because I love clothes. I love to wear different forms of clothing, and I have so many patterns. Remember all those patterns I've been showing you over time? I have a lot of patterns. I have like over, I have like over 300 patterns. That's a lot of patterns. Excuse me. I am not necessarily the best sewist. I'm learning, but that's part of the process of sewing. Learning and messing up. You know, a lot of people mess up. You mess up where you did the stitch. You don't know how to do a zipper. You don't know how to do a button. I don't know how to do a button. Not with my button attachments from my machine or anything. I don't know how to do a button. I've been sewing now for 4 years. I avoid buttons at all cost. Now how hard is that to sew a button? I did learn how to sort of sew a zipper, because I've done zippers on pouches, I've done zippers on some clothes. I'm not good with invisible zippers. I need to learn. I guess the only way to learn is to practice. You know, I originally started this channel because I was so, what was it, about a year ago, no, a year in August, it'll be a year in August that I started this channel here. And I started this channel for Operation Christmas Child because I wanted to get monetized and I wanted my followers to help with Operation Christmas Child. Well, that is still my goal. We are going to have a silent auction, and in July, in July we're going to have a silent auction. And I've been working on this. I've been working like crazy on this, but I need people to subscribe to my channel, because if I don't have enough subscribers, they will not monetize me at all. And I want to be monetized. Do you know what monetized is? That is money that'll come to me for Operation Christmas Child. It won't cost a dime from you guys. All you have to do is subscribe and like it and comment, because they want to know that people actually watch what I produce. And yeah. So what am I doing now? I'm chit-chatting to you guys. I need a sip of my coffee. I really need this. It's good. It's really good. I put the French vanilla creamer in it. Just a touch, so I have a little bit of the vanilla taste, and it was really good. Oh. So, well, yeah. So that is what I'm working on. And I also wanted to share with you guys a little bit about the stroke groups. I have an in-person stroke group that meets up once a month here at the community center. And usually I get speech pathologists that log on Zoom, and then we'll talk to my in-person people through Zoom. I've had so many of them. And sometimes I host it. Sometimes I share my story about my stroke. And you know, this past weekend, I talked to Josh's mom. I talked to her through email, and his dog is sad. Lucy. She's been hanging out with his mom non-stop, right by her side. And she's still having a hard time concentrating and believing that Josh is gone. So be thinking about her. I tried to give her some strength. I invited her to go to the Blueberry Festival with me and Deanna. But they're going back to New York, so she won't be in town. But I did offer, because I would love to give her a time with women, just a couple of women who believe in the Lord and could just hang out. Because sometimes it's easier just to hang out with somebody and not talk about the person who's passed unless they want to, but just hang out and have a normal lifestyle, you know. Enjoy a Blueberry Festival. That's it. That is my goal for this weekend. I'm going to go and enjoy blueberries. I want a blueberry pie, blueberry muffins, blueberry scones, blueberry pancakes, blueberry syrup. I mean, blueberry, blueberry, blueberry. I even have my blueberry shirt. Right? But no, I just reached out to her. And we need to reach out to people in general, not just because of death or heartache or horrible things that have happened, but we need to reach out to people. And I feel that people need to reach out to all people, even those ones who just get under our skin, even them, because you know what, somebody loves them. I guarantee you somebody loves them. We may not like them, but we still should love them. And I believe that we need to show God's love by being an example of hope. And I would love to be an example of hope. Hope for the stroke community, hope for the sewing community, hope for my friends, hope for my ex-co-workers, hope for the libraries, hope for the community center. I would love to shine light and be hopeful for people. I have a hard time with my speech, but I'm getting better. And I think our life is so short. If we are not showing the light and being hopeful, why? Why aren't we being that way? Are we a glass half full? Or is it totally full? I'm a glass totally full. I mean, I fill up and I show up and I put out my light. I go forward. I try my best. Like I try sewing. Not very good at it, but I still do it. You know, I started counting the quilts I've made. And I have made my very first quilt, which was a small lap quilt, but man, it was poofy. Poofy, poofy. I had to take a needle and thread and go up in between the squares to make it stick in there. It was so thick, poofy. Then I made Taster Coop's son's son baby quilt, but Noah's the Ark, and I had to applique that on. I did not do a good job, but it was pretty. I gave it to him. And then I made Eric's quilt. I made the Star Wars quilt. I thought it looked really nice, and I was so proud of it. And I gave it to him at Christmas. He still pulls it out once in a while for the dogs to sit on. But I did make that quilt. I did my best. I also made my mother-in-law a quilt, a lap quilt with cardinals. I haven't seen it out, but I made her a quilt too. And then I made some more smaller quilts. But then I made Ashley's quilt. That was a full-size quilt, and it had hints of purple and browns and lavenders throughout it. She loved it. I gave her that in September of 2026. No, 2025 for her wedding. I even put "Made with Love" little sign on it. I mean, that was so cool. I also made some baby quilts here and there. I made one for Jocelyn. I made one for Lauren. I made some little baby quilts. And then I made my sister's quilt. Oh, I also made a lap quilt for my sister Candy. I made that before Ashley's. I made like that about a year ago. Yeah. It was blue jeans and corduroy and blue colors, and it was so cool. And then I made Ashley's, which she likes purple. And I made her, not Ashley's, no. I messed up. I made Elizabeth's, and she likes purple. So I made a pinwheel quilt. I cut those pinwheels out. I tried my best. I tried to line them up my best, right on the mat. Have those pinwheels even. Were they even? No. They were all over the place. But I was able to quilt it. And I learned a little bit more about the edge of the quill when I was doing that. And it looked pretty good. Didn't look perfect. Never looks perfect. And then I'm working on Lauren's quilt. You guys want to see that? Hold on. Let me... I got some things in here. Okay. Okay. This is the back of the quilt. This is I'm doing on the back. And this is a big portion of the quilt. Now, if you look, are those lines even? No, they're not. They start off even, but then they go sideways. Even doing straight lines, they go sideways. And you know, life is like that. It really is. It goes sideways. And that's why I say life is short. We need to show love, and we need to be loving to people. And life is short. Well, I've gone on enough. I guess I'll let you guys go. And I will start working on my shirt for myself. Alright? And have a great week, guys. Alright? I will talk to you soon.